Niggas be having it confused, like they don't know where we got the neighborhood from. Like, did we get the neighborhood from the 20s? Where did we get the neighborhood to slap on the power rule? Where did that, a lot of homies is
You know what it
confused with that
was?
shit, homie.
A lot of motherfuckers is linking it to that. You can get a motherfucker from 20s and he'll tell you, no, y'all ain't gave us that. That's who we function with.
No, I'm not saying saying.
I'm saying it to you.
Yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers would think, oh, well, no, they got that from the 20s and this and that. Outside of representation, yeah. You know what I mean? Because it was only three neighborhoods: neighborhood families, neighborhood 20s, and us.
Right.
So we was like, okay, they doing a neighborhood, so we adapted that.
Right.
They didn't have a problem with it because we was allies to one another.
Right.
And that just, a long time, we just started dropping it like that. Like, yeah, because it was the homies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I'm saying, when did we formulate the name Neighborhood Power Rule? Like, what did the homie say? Since we hang with the 20s, homie, we gonna adopt it. We gonna adopt the neighborhood and click it with our hood with this power rule. How did y'all formulate the Neighborhood Power Rule, homie?
Well, it was a combination of fucking with the 20s and the West Side Power Rule. We kind of designed our label off the two.
So what y'all sat down and came, homies had sat down and came to the table to put them two entities together to formulate what we was doing?
Exactly, because we had to have our own labels. Because at first it was Hyde Park Boys and all that stuff. But then, like I said, that was more like some hustler like shit. And there was a gang of motherfuckers that's Hyde Park Boys that don't even vanish. They blood orientated, but they ain't from no neighborhood.
So what made y'all say, man, we're gonna just push? I mean, I'm knowing we was functioning, up in the Inglewood with the families. So by us having relationship with the 20s and us having relationships with the Compton Power Rules, the West Side Power Rules, we just said fuck it, we're gonna do the Neighborhood Power Rule thing.
Right, because it was like a triple threat. It would be the 20s, us, and the West Side. Those are the only two neighborhoods that we really fuck with.
Right.
We go out to Boston, we'll buy whatever, get out, hang out, spend the night at Robo, Granny House, all that shit, the whole neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mostly, like I said back then, our numbers weren't large, so when we go over there, it'd be a few of us. But, we would park in the driveway, sleep in the car in the garage and shit like that. But we street niggas.
So so we hung out in the 20s, and did the 20s ever live in our hood to keep us close to them? How did we stay close with the 20s?
Well, they used to come to our hood and function every Friday. Our hood was the hood that you came to on Friday.
Right.
So they would come down Hyde Park, Reese, and actually, Big Reese and them, they lived in the hood, but we was already fucking with them before that. But during that time that Reese and them lived in the hood, that was a part of the major, because, his brother Stoney, right?
Right.
We was fucking with them when Stoney was living. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When we had the 64 Chevys, because we used to look like, oh, blood, come to homies.
Right.
Because when we come from the bread, we could beat the car from where we was like, oh, blood, come to homies.
Right, okay.
We recognize them by the Chevys or whatever. So we was getting down with it and putting in work, all that shit, man.
So what, did we have some solid homegirls at that time that was functioning with y'all? Could you name like 3 solid homegirls from y'all era?
Well, we had Armika, Antoinette, Erie, Latrinda, let's see.
What about some 20 females that was, 20 homegirls from that time?
And all them, they was all a part of the faction. Big Grits and that whole little crew. But
Right.
that was like years after it had already started.
Right.
It used to be a million motherfuckers, man, over there.
In our hood, you saying?
Yeah, the 20 girls, all of them used to be over there.
Right.
And I said all the reputable 20 girls, they used to be in the hood.
So that's how the formulation and the collection. So was everybody in agreement with turning to like putting that name together, homie? Was all the homies in agreement with it?
We all agreed on it at once. There wasn't no, okay, this was, we talked about this shit. Like, well, because if it, anything with family, that was out.
Right. Not no disrespect to him, but that.
We wouldn't gonna never be family because they always used to challenge us and always try to make us look like a smaller hood. And we were smaller, but nigga, we just as rough as y'all, nigga.
Right.
Not rough. Y'all rough because there's more of y'all.
Right. So that's what made us just say we're gonna push our own entity, which was the neighborhood power rule thing.
Well, we became outcasts because, like I say, everything was there ain't no power rules in Inglewood. They only in Compton. And Inglewood is basically their signature, like I say, started in 1959.
Right.
So I can understand, their fashion and how they felt, about the transition on everything because they were and had been around.
Right.
Our shit was new, not their shit.
Right. So how did the homies from Compton Westside Power Rule feel about us adopting that power rule and putting that power rule in Inglewood, homie?
Well, they was with us all the way. I mean, that's just we. And like I said, we was already functioning. And like I said, we was never gonna be family. There wasn't no grams, none of that.
I'm saying so the homies accepted, the homies from Westside Power Rule, they accepted us and embraced us on pushing that P in Inglewood. Because a lot of people feel like a lot of Compton Power Rules didn't respect us because we were city rules and shit like that, homie.
Well, yeah, all that's true. All that's true. Because like I said, the fashion of Power Rules, it was in Compton only then. It wasn't never in Inglewood. Inglewood was known for families, not Power Rules.
So, I mean, did we have to, kind of show our downness or pledge some type of allegiance to the homies?
Of course, we got challenges along the way, even right now, too. Right now today.
Right, with the homies from Bompton Power Rules and shit.
No, they solid. I mean, like I said, you got an old faction and a new faction. It's the new faction now.
Right. But the old fashioned, they know us from jailing, riding. We didn't establish our relationships with the homies, so they know us, homie. But it always been it. But I'm saying within that get down, the homies still feeling like that about us. Do you think they respect us as holding it down with this P-Funk in Inglewood to this day?
They'll never respect us because we're considered as outcasts. Because families, they're known for being in Inglewood.
So you saying
whoever you talk to automatically think you from family because they are older faction. They're older than us. They, the family faction is, they had niggas in the field and all that back in the 70s.
So I'm saying, so with Compton Power Rules right now, they love us and respect us, but to a certain degree, you saying.
Well, it's always gonna be y'all from the and they don't hold it against us. Well, we're Power Rules and we from England.
But what make us different than any Power Rule sets that's anywhere around this world claiming Power Rule, homie?
Well, you gotta think about the timeline. A lot of shit started elsewhere because of motherfuckers that was leaving here. All the other states and shit is somebody motherfuckers from
I'm saying just other little. I guess we are the only Power Rules that's locally outside of Compton that ain't took it somewhere else. You saying?
Us and the Avenue.
So how you think they felt about the Avenue Power Rules, homie?
Well,
I mean, I know we ain't from that area, but I'm saying you think they felt a certain type of way about the homies, or the homies over there probably established they selves a certain type of way.
They went through the same thing we went through. They Power Rules from Inglewood, not Compton. You know what I'm saying?
Right. How do you as you being an OG big homie from that was once in the game, once in the streets, in your youthful time, how do you feel about the Compton Power Rules, homie? How do you feel we should feel about Compton Power Rules, homie?
Well, they were original faction, so we're offspring from Compton Power.
Right.
We were established in Compton.
But should we love, not to cut you off, big homie, but I want to ask these questions because I know other young should we love the big homies? Because I know we all got relationships in jail with different Compton Power Rules and love them like the big homies from our city, from like how I love you. I got G homies that's like your age from other Compton Power Rules. I love them dudes like I love you. So should I be wrong, or should we still love the homies out there, dog? Even though they might feel a certain type of way about us.
They are, well, how they feel right now, it's been like that from the beginning. And a lot of different relationships are stemming from that. Okay, it's always gonna be y'all from England, and we are.
But I'm saying, do you love any dudes that's your age or a little older from Compton Power Rules, any Compton Power Rule hoods?
Oh yeah, a gang of them niggas. Like I said, we function with them, man. I mean, we didn't, too much for the phone with them. We was in that neighborhood, we move around wherever we at, man. We all cool.
Yeah. I know, I'm aware of that, but I'm getting history. I want to get some history when I share history. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be offset when I know I can get it from one of my original big homies that got some history. You see what I'm saying?
Well, the closer you get to the top, the more informative it becomes.
Right. So I just wanted to know, a lot of people just wanted to know our relationship, Inglewood neighborhood Power Rules with the original Compton Power Rules, homie. That's all I wanted to know.
The 142nd Street Zamora, we moved and operated as one.
With them dudes.
Exactly. That's the old West Side. See, now it's the old West Side and the new West Side.
Right. We functioned up under. Let me, not to cut you off, but we function up under the old West Side.
Exactly.
Okay.